Notice, AniSins is completely inspired by the channel CinemaSins and their series Everything Wrong With. AniSins would have never been birthed without them.
Say ah, cliche.
Unless you're cool with me keying the fuzz into your backyard spa, you'll nix the gas and let us out of here.
They have service down there.
Okay, according to this, I'm an apprentice diary user?
Diary Ex Machina.
I'm done. Here, take this. It's heavy.
Gotcha.
How did Kaoru, the investigator, not notice the fucking ventilation shaft? Why did Yuno give Yuki his phone back? There is no reason to.
There's an easier way. Back off and I'll take him out of here without kicking your ass.
You offered him up to a terrorist in a heartbeat, and have stated countless times that you hate his guts and have no interest in saving him. Then he took an arrow to the knee. Literally.
One of them unlocks Yuki's shackles. The other unlocks the control console, which, by the way, you'll need if your friends went out of the gas chamber. I'm going to toss the one that controls the console over to you, okay?
One of the big problems here is that Yuno drops the key directly in front of herself, and Crop Top is all the way on her right side. But then Yuki proceeds to explain that the reason how he got the key was because Crop Top kicked it over. But no one can convince me that a middle schooler's leg could reach that far. She's not that tall. Another big problem is, even if Crop Top could kick it over, how would Yuki pick it up? His hands were chained to the chair. So let's say Yuki's arms can move to an extent. He is drugged right now. He's barely able to speak. Explain to me how he's coordinated enough to pick up keys from the ground. Oh yeah, there's actually another problem. She said she was going to throw the control panel key to the asshole regardless. There was no choosing on his behalf. Meaning she just dropped the key on the floor just so this plot point could happen. And finally, where the fuck was she holding the keys? She's in lingerie. Oh, okay, I see now.
Yuki, what are you...
Screw you.
Ajiteru Ejino. Why the fuck are we bringing strawberry shortcake dolls into this shit? Passing by a person and time slowing down to see their face cliche. Opening 2 is not opening 1. Why is this opening showing us people who died already? As if we could give any less shits. The English is so strong. Also, opening tries to make me believe that Ninth is actually still a terrorist after all the shoujo cliches they put her through. Reusing of this animation from opening 1.
All due respect, man, but tough titty.
Purple-haired bitch does what I've wanted to do all series to like every character.
Aren't you going to ask why the police wanted Yuno and me? I mean...
You've been through a rough patch lately, and I'm only gonna make it worse by picking away at it. If you want to unburden your soul, then knock yourself out. Otherwise, I'll wait till you're ready to clue me in.
What mom doesn't give a shit about their teen son going to the fucking police? Oh, you got caught with cocaine? Oh, okay, so it's just Tuesday then.
So all this is Kosuka's front yard? You're filthy friggin' rich, dude!
This kid is rich, but still dresses like a Minecraft Let's Player.
This is a little something I threw together so we can disable the tower from up here.
Mirai Nikki expects me to believe that an idiot middle schooler put together a toy that could disable a fucking government communications tower. Also, these assholes are dicks to literally everybody else in the city who just lost cell phone reception.
It says here it'll take them 30 minutes to knock out the tower. We just have to run down the clock till they do.
The show gives us confirmation that Yuki's phone sends text 30 minutes in advance, but this shit hardly ever helps him in dangerous situations like with Ninth, Hinata, and Yuno herself. Sending whatever the fuck this is again.
Son of a... The reception's for balls up in here.
Balls up in here is for cool kids.
They ain't gonna help us.
Adios, useless diary.
That's a good thing. We qualify for an upgrade.
But even if you have extra phones, they should still be affected by the cell phone tower being turned off, dumbass.
I gotta live. Whatever it takes. I gotta win.
Seventh lets all of this contemplating and rope cutting go on without interfering. Because this show loves people making out during murder sequences and terrorist attacks.
By the power of our phones combined, behold the badassery of true friggin' love!
This show is a psychological horror.
That was amazing.
How about two at once?
Yuki said I was amazing.
Yuki has complimented you so many times before. You've never acted this ecstatic. Like with Fourth, when he said he wanted to marry you. You didn't do shit. Where is she getting all these knives from? She's in a vest and a bra.
Hey, lover, Don't panic, but I'm fresh out of shivs.
Literally calling your lover lover. Why stab them if you're gonna save them?
Is it okay to use Yuno? I mean, can I trust her?
You can use me all you want.
Yuno conveniently mentions this after Yuki was just thinking it to himself and she has no mind-reading capabilities whatsoever. How many unnamed cities are there? Seriously, this is like the 17th one in the entire series. Just write a fucking name. It's just more lazy writing. Terrorist who murdered dozens of kids is treated like a comedic workout partner. I repeat, terrorist who murdered dozens of kids is treated like a comedic workout partner.
Oh, and now the skank wants to talk to you about somebody. She wants you to drop me for her. Wait a sec, this is my phone.
Believe me, I'll take whatever advantage I can get against these people if it tones down the bloodshed. Anyway, thanks for helping with the ruse. It's gonna save Yuki's life.
Cops are still working with terrorists, and the cops are thanking her. This asshole father never tries to ask Yuki or even think about why his phone would be worth that much.
Trust me, in college they used to call your old man the Nutcracker.
I'd like to crack his nuts.
You know, I've got half a mind to stomp on the damn things now. Except that really ain't our way.
Of course, it's never anyone's way to kill anyone right off the bat.
Good thing they didn't go to the trouble of duplicating the scuff marks. It might have taken me longer to catch on to the trick if they had.
Those phones are across the room. No way you'd be able to see it. And let's say you could see across the room. Those scuff marks are on top of the phones, and the fake phones were placed on the high stool while open, meaning the scuff marks aren't visible at all from where you're standing. Convenient floor breaking where Yuki is standing is convenient. Two people reaching for one person, and the one who reaches him is the person who loves him more cliche. Random flashback is still not enough to make me give a shit about these assholes.
Just look at her, little Miss Stuck-Up.
I know, right? My name's I, and I'm a stuck-up whore. I don't talk to anyone from my class.
Her boyfriend's a loser, too.
You mean that scrawny guy with the stupid hair?
Does anyone know what the word stuck up means? First they misuse it with Yuki, now her? Yeah, look at that little whore, texting all day. I mean, literally every other girl like us do the same thing, but look at the way her fingers hit the keys. God, she's such a whore. And the bitch completely accepts the note, even though texting exists and they've been friends for years. Not to mention, she didn't even ask herself any smart questions like, why did he write me the note? Or, why did he write alone? He already knows that I don't hang out with anyone else.
You know, I think we should help her loosen up a bit.
What the hell?
Let go of me! No!
So they set up this entire warehouse rape backstory because she didn't talk to anyone in the class? Literally fuck off. Putting the opening 7 minutes into the episode. There's a reason why it's called an opening, not a middling.
But I know why they were able to beat us back at Kosaka's house. The fight was 2 against 1.
What are you talking about? Numbers has never stopped you before.
We're firing off 300 rounds of true love a minute, baby. Those fakers are toast.
You could honestly change both of these characters' lines to and you'd still have the same shitty characters. Ah, there are the fucking darts he never used since episode 2. Because who the fuck needs training for how to use a parachute on a collapsing building, am I right? Especially when holding someone bridal style.
Please be okay.
No cops, or anyone for that matter, notices the parachute descending from the collapsing building. Except for the mom, of course.
You let that crazy little bitch do all the dirty work for the two of you, and then you tell her to show your enemies mercy? First, stop being useless and help me move this thing already!
What? She's threatening to slit the love of your life's throat and you're guilting Yuki for trying to stop her? And then you ask for help after you just said don't pity your opponent? Don't mind me, I'm just adding another 50 sins because this show has the worst fucking logic I've ever heard. Fake looking explosion is very fake looking.
A few minutes ago, your mother was—
Okay, I swear I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best to care right now. Okay, give me a sec. Well, I tried. Also, all this means that the dad stabbed her because he had to talk to the police, who probably didn't care about his dead at all, since it sounds like he owes it to a mob boss or something.
Actually, I need 2 people. Gasai, Amino, you're up.
Wow, what a coincidence.
There he is!
Slow down,
Arrest
lady.
that rabbit!
Screw you guys, I've got a letter to burn.
This Tiny Toons inspired episode was brought to you by Future Diary, a mature show with rapists, terrorists, and toddlers dispensing poisonous gas. Showing us this, 27th fucking backstory does not make anything Yuno has done okay.
Dad!
Wasn't this the asshole father who left you in the falling building to die?
Come clean. I know you killed Mom.
What? You know that he killed your mom and he still treated him? I'm just gonna go ahead and add another 100 sins. Yep, that's specific. He's in the Sakurami City area. How creative. Sound like you did this 20 other times already.
I'm sorry for what I did to us, Yuki. Your dad's a monster.
Oh my god, he literally murdered the woman who raised you like 24 hours ago. You're not gonna forgive him because he's crying, right? Right?
If I get out on good behavior at some point down the road, what do you say you and me, I don't know, see if we can make this whole father-son thing work.
Oh my god, you're actually forgiving him!
He was going to face the music. We had plans for when he got out.
I too use the term face the music when referring to my mother's killer. Protagonist suddenly becomes good at fighting because he's mad cliche. Those bullets definitely should have gone through the guard into Yuki. Character is totally okay with dying so long as it's by their lover cliche. Can't kill my lover cliche. Also, too many fucking cliches! Using a guilt trip in a courtroom.
Sorry to keep you waiting, 11th. I mean, Mayor of Sakurami. What do you think I was up to for the last 5 days, huh, cue ball?
Apparently, he also spent 5 days changing personalities.
The funding for Mother's house comes straight out of City Hall, and I'm pretty sure 8th is...
Yuki's murdering cops and threatening One Punch Mayor over here, but is still afraid to see a bra.
As of this morning, I'm on the mayor's security detail.
Meanwhile, he's working with a terrorist. Yeah, I'm sure an old mayor is so much worse. Great camouflage attire. Just 10 out of 10. This middle schooler can drive perfectly on the highway with one hand. Also, no one else happens to be on the highway in clear daylight.
He dodged the shot?
I'm betting he used his diary to predict the timing of your shot. If his keeps track of his surroundings like mine does, we might have a problem.
But the diaries only show when something is going to happen in increments of minutes, not seconds. So how could he possibly figure out when of the 60 seconds they were going to shoot? Okay, bear with me for a minute here. I think this is one of the biggest problems with Mirai Nikki. Diaries are never explained at all. From what I saw, people only get messages in minute increments, yet Yuno could tell Yuki where mines are right before they're about to explode, and avoid bullets like this asshole, even though the seconds aren't indicated at all. Also, so many of the problems could be avoided through Yuki's diary, but he doesn't check it half the time, or just flat out doesn't tell him, so he gets surprised. Not with Crop Top, Yuno drugging him, the tomatoes with the little brat, or basically any other incident that could have been avoided. Not to mention, it never explains how far into the future people can see. We see Yuki get some as far as 30 minutes in the future, but Yuno gets some like 3 months into the future with the happy end. Like, what the fuck? And let's not even get into how these diary users were picked anyway. Look, a 2-year-old, middle schoolers, a serial killer, a cop. What the fuck? Were you just using a random number generator? I can't explain every problem with these diaries or else this video will be 4 hours long. So I'm just gonna add 200 sins here for awful diary writing and call it a day.
The arrival of allies will rob you of the opportunity to gun me down.
Your men don't frighten me.
Why can't you just shoot him in the— fuck it.
Are you not listening to me? Whoever the hell that girl is, she most certainly isn't who you think.
Wait, God himself calls Yuno Yuno, so that has to be her name. So even while that evidence can fool humans, no way it could fool God, right? Right?
Defense schematics? I'll be damned.
This pays off the remainder of my debt.
A cop giving defense schematics to a terrorist!
Let's just say I got tired of sitting on the fence.
And here's the part where you tell me what changed your mind.
Okay. You did.
Nobody gave you permission to put that on me!
Would you please stop freaking out?
Excuse me for wanting more for myself than being a friggin' baby factory!
I think you'd make a wonderful mom.
She murdered other people's children, you dirtbag! I now have to stab my eyes out.
Sorry, guys. Afraid you're in for a hollow victory. Follow my lead to hell.
Forced romance is so fucking forced. Also, Strawberry Shortcake is working with One Punch Mayor, who slaughtered all of her poor little orphans.
Screw that, I'm putting my foot down on this one. This crazy bitch was responsible for blowing up half my damn school.
At least somebody fucking remembers.
Is there some special reason you chased those kids away?
No, not really. Unless you think it's special of me not to want to see him get killed.
Says the terrorist who murdered middle schoolers. Damn, One Punch Mayor's phone has some large battery life. Is that a galaxy?
A diary capable of integrating the predictions of all other diaries in play.
So he's essentially been monitoring the rest of us from the word go.
Correct. He created this game for humanitarian purposes, so he assured me.
You are God, and you got outplayed by an old asshole who's probably wearing diapers. These bullets should definitely be going through him.
What are they doing here? They're civilians.
Says the fucking terrorist.
That look. When did first grow a pair?
Character's eyes show some kind of change of personality cliche.
Nishijima had no business dying today.
Those kids you blew up apparently did.
Why settle for a single door when you can have two?
Why not have 4, or 6, or 10, or just some machine guns to shoot them with? Villain swirling wine cliche.
If I die, I want you to bring Mom and Dad back. Yuki's gonna die?
If you can revive his parents, why not just revive him?
It's like I told you. Better you than me.
Literally fuck off.
How are you still alive?
I'm stubborn.
That's not how being stubborn works. How is her left eye crying? She definitely got it replaced with a fake one, because even if that's a real one, I'm sending her for still wearing that eye patch. Yuno ex machina. 11th is surprised that Yuno opened the door, even though a few minutes ago he states that he clearly knew that Yuno's parents owned the bank. And he knew her name too. And wait, Yuno is a diary holder. Shouldn't 11th's OP diary, which keeps tabs on all other diary holders, give a message along the lines of, yeah, Yuno actually can open the gate and she's gonna come in and fucking wreck you, so get out. Also, why the fuck did two gigantic bankers like Yuno's parents, who clearly hate their daughter, I mean, since they're putting her into a goddamn cage, give access to their 13 or 14-year-old daughter? Yuki's diary tells him everything about Yuno's encounter with 11th, except Yuno opens the door.
Oh, it's all the people I've gotten killed over the course of this. As soon as I win, I'm gonna bring them all back.
That's right, revive 3rd, the serial killer teacher who was an asshole way before the survival game even happened. Also, you didn't kill Dread Cops. He broke his phone and killed himself because he was cornered, remember?
He's not supposed to kick the Deus bucket for a little bit longer. Did the big guy forget to carry the one or something?
Deus' time was this close to coming to an end, but waited this long to start the survival game. Also, there are plot holes literally emerging all over the anime.
I needed a man on the ground, as it were. Someone to note alterations as they occurred. I imbued you with such ravenous curiosity when I created you.
Deus created me? Is that possible?
No, it's really not, but you know, it's Mirai Nikki, so yes, it is.
You collected information because it was my will that you do so.
You're wrong. I'm not a puppet. I'm my own man.
Wait, so did Deus give him childhood memories? A house to live in? How does this shit work?
I risked my life to save 8th.
I wanted Second's murderous ways to be kept in check at that particular moment.
But interfering with Yuno's murder of someone else isn't observing anymore, which you claim to be was his only purpose. So what the fuck are you talking about?
If you can make manifest any moment that speaks to your supposed free will, I'll allow your existence to continue.
My love for Yuki, it's real. I feel it even now.
A boner was your strongest feeling. Great.
I had 8th turn my phone into a diary subordinate to hers. Perhaps I was your unwitting observer, Deus, but that changes now.
You created him, yet you can't destroy him, and you're fucking God. You are literally God.
We have to get him out of that psycho's clutches. Cause that's what friends are for, am I right?
Yeah, also putting knives to each other's necks and pulling pants down. Hashtag friendship.
Is she telling me Haru stabbed her?
But Yuki's diary should tell him that Yuno stabbed herself. It says it in every other scenario, like, Yuki kills this person, Yuki does this, Yuno does that. Why now?
I'm not gonna make you do anything, you piece of crap. That's on you. You make me sick. Wanna know why? You're always crying. Sniffling away like a weak little bitch.
2 girls were just shot, and Kotsuka still feels the need to be generic school bully number 1.
You shot them down, didn't you?
Captain fucking obvious. That is not how decapitation works.
Are you bathing in a trash can?
Seen as a metaphor for how shit of a waifu Yuno is.
Well, because of the water. I mean, without my cell phone, it'd be like shooting fish in a barrel.
A purple hair bitch brought her phone into the bath.
She deserves someone better. I want to be that someone.
If I had $1 for every time Yuki changed his mind about Yuno, I could have had enough funding to make a far better anime. Yeah, let's reminisce about your father who totally murdered your mom. Such good times. Most accurate representation of these characters ever.
Wait, it was just a question! What the hell?
Where the fuck did you hide that during sex? Just a little bit to the right, Yuki. That's not my vagina. That's my axe. Also, dramatically pulling out an axe just to not do anything with it.
Oh, crap!
No, it's too soon for this.
What's wrong, sweetie?
When someone swings an axe at you, you don't ask, what's wrong, sweetie?
She's insane. I've got to get out of here. She deserves someone better. I want to be that someone.
You just said you wanted to be her guardian angel.
This is crazy. A minute ago, we were in love.
Welcome to relationships, asshole. I'm just gonna add 10 cents here because this show takes the term kill yourself to a whole new level.
Is that you? I know that voice.
No way! That's impossible!
Nope, it's completely possible. It's Mirai Nikki. Okay, now that this whole world jumping thing is confirmed, I got a few sins to get through. First of all, how can First World Yuno still call using her phone? She's literally in a completely different dimension. Certainly her phone company noticed that shit. And does she even have 4G? You can't live in this world without 4G. Second of all, even if you can't bring people back to life, you can just go to another fucking dimension with everyone still alive. So who the fuck cares if you can't bring anyone back? Third of all, Deus was God himself. Can't he go back in time and tell his other horrible CG self, yo, you're gonna die in X amount of years. Do something about that shit. As long as it's not a death game. And heads up, get rid of that tan midget. Fourth of all, isn't First World Yuno still a fucking god? How the hell doesn't she just obliterate all the other competition? Or have any powers from the first world? Or better yet, just go to another goddamn dimension. Fifth of all, the use of fucking time travel. Seriously, it's like begging for more plot holes.
Her phone. Can I use it like the one that I have?
Knock yourself out, kid. It'll tell you the exact same stuff, but hey, whatever floats your boat, am I right?
So Tan Midget explains that second Yuno's phone can work like a future diary too. But now that I know that, why the fuck wasn't first Yuno using this phone the entire time in case she got captured? No matter what happens afterwards, it beats dying. I mean, judging by the text messages where it shows Yuki Teru instead of Amino and all that bullshit, she was using her own diary. Like, the first one, not her second one. It's very fucking confusing. Why is the world still falling apart? Isn't Tan Midget the new god or some shit? Explain your poorly written story properly, damn it!
That girl was in a pretty gnarly headspace.
First SAO and now this? What is with dubs and putting gnarly into the show? No one says gnarly! Ah, yes, I miss all these unforgettable characters. Who is she again?
Wait, it's you?
Dying is for pussies.
Are you?
Terrorist Ex Machina.
After all I've lost, I got my humanity back, Nishijima.
No, you're still a fucking terrorist.
Murmurs meddled in the workings of my game for far too long, giving Second an advantage that tipped the scales unfairly. Now you will balance them anew.
I'm gonna add 100 sins here because I will never be able to say this exact line again. This is literally a Deus Ex Machina.
Be still for once. I hereby bestow upon you half of my divine power and knowledge of the cosmos.
Huh? What the hell?
Your hatred of religion is absolute. Who better with whom to share a god's boon?
I don't know, fucking Strawberry Shortcake who just wanted to see kids playing on swings and shit. Also, what the fuck is the point of giving half of your powers away for no reason if this entire game's purpose was to give your powers away? She didn't win yet, asshole.
Look at you. Do you have any idea why you're such a failure? Why you can't do anything right?
I'm sorry.
Mommy's hurting worse than anything, and you stare up at me like it's my fault. All I need is some—
More fucking tragic backstory.
You hate me. You say you don't, but I can see it in your eyes. I'll bet you cursed the very day I was born.
Maybe because she's in a fucking cage!
We are here to give assistance to the souls of the weak. That must never be forgotten.
You're right, Lady Tsubaki. 1,000 pardons. Have you any wisdom for the Founder?
They brought poor Kenny Green into this, didn't they?
I didn't want to kill him, but he wouldn't kill me.
So kill yourself then. Oh, wait, you already did that.
I mean, after all we've been through, what kind of guy would I be if you hadn't grown on me, right?
I don't know, sane, normal, a fucking human being. That's not how explosions work. Wait, so you're telling me Yuki jumps down a whole floor perfectly here, but in the last universe didn't have the balls to do so at all? Yeah, no. Yuki survives this. Yuno has the power of God, even though she didn't win the survival game yet.
What's going on?
That is not how a 1-year-old talks.
I'm sorry. This is my way of breaking up.
Yeah, but the whole trying to chop you with an axe and drugging you weren't breaking up, apparently.
I'd have fallen for anyone who'd let me cling to them. I'm sorry, but you know it's true.
Show admits how stupid their romance is. This bitch brings the bomb right in front of her. Even if the bomb has a wire cut, why would you put it right into her face?
Domino effect. Every user's fate is changing.
But what triggered the domino effect? The fighting you guys are doing? Literally no one gives a shit anymore.
You know? Oh no!
Mom, you're here. Darling.
Psycho.
Why?
He did it.
I'll change this world's future. To save her.
How? Why are their numbers imprinted on them? No other character has that. Well, I guess using the word character implies that anyone here has character, so. Also, how does the first tan midget lose to the second tan midget? Isn't first tan midget's restraints released already? Story thinks that I care and or believe that this will be the last time I see Yuno. Adding 50 sins because literally everything is wrong with this relationship and the children's powers. But I'm gonna take off 10 sins because that flying baby is adorable. Makes absolutely no sense, but adorable. Also, how the fuck did Ninth get back together with Third Dimension Mullet Cop? What did she say? Yeah, I used to be a terrorist who murdered a ton of children back in another dimension that you don't remember. You proposed to me, a terrorist, after almost no time passed, and I almost murdered you. That dimension got fucked up and you died, but I became God, so I came here. And I know that this is a whole new dimension and whatnot, but is that proposal still on the table? I'm not against you riding me on the couch like the child killer I am. Aw, everybody's pregnant and having babies, and this world is perfect for no fucking reason other than Yuki loves Yuno. What the shit does Yuki do that stops Yuno's mom from being bipolar and putting her in a cage?
Quit sulking and use your badass powers to make something of this void already.
What would be the point? A void is all that makes sense without her.
Holy shit, stop acting like she's a saint. Now, before I start Mirai Nikki Redial, the extra episode OVA, please note that this is only subbed. If this OVA wasn't crucial to the storyline, I wouldn't be doing this. I'm only using the sub because I have to. We will still be using dubs in most, if not all of our future videos because they are simpler to edit, and when we flip clips, you don't have to read both the anime subs and our subs. Also, I might as well say this now in case you haven't seen our Everything Wrong with AniSins video, but the manga does not fucking matter at all. Not with Tokyo Ghoul, not with Attack on Titan, and certainly not with this. And I'm looking at you, Tokyo Ghoul fans. We don't read them. Sorry. I have to see this scene in 2 languages, as if one wasn't enough. And all of the future diary holders end up hanging out with each other conveniently, even though they have no reason to know each other. What a fucking coincidence. The third version of Yuki exists in your world. He is in your class by this time. You should be seeing him already. Also, why isn't Third World Yuki friends with everyone else? You're telling me that a terrorist, a cult leader, a bully, a crime fighter, and a couple of lesbians became friends, but not the main guy who supposedly saved the world? The reason Yuno became crazy was because her parents were animals, or so I would assume, since she isn't a developed character in the slightest. So her going into psycho bitch mode now makes no sense. Also, Mirai Nikki tries to make First 10 Midget seem like a good person apparently, even though she was like the main evil mastermind the whole goddamn time. It was actually 2 years since Yuno only aged 2 years. Unless time runs a lot slower in your dimension, which isn't explained at all, so I'm sending you for that either way. Also, why does Yuki have to go back to stabilize the second dimension? Shouldn't he be able to just chill in the third dimension? Ninth gets to do it and she's God. Hell, she fucking has kids and a husband. And First World Yuno was able to leave the first dimension. So the first dimension is technically fucked. So if the story doesn't care about the first dimension, why should they care about the second one? Regardless, it's getting us in. Nothing like Yuno Ex Machina with the help of 10 Midget Ex Machina to end the show, eh? I'm thinking he should get a haircut first.
Yuki!